participants from last year's playoff, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Pulls and fires complete. Crosses to 40. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
I love the play call. First play of the game, there's no mystery. We're going to get one of our best players the football right now and let you know about it. Awesome job.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
When you go on the road, man, oh man, you love hearing the crowd. But more importantly, you love shutting the crowd up. There's no better feeling than coming out, getting that juice going, getting that confidence going, and getting that running game going right at them and gashing them right out the gates.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Kennick is having a connection fit to try to help the knee on 3rd down. To the air, it's Jamison. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Under fire. Big man has it. It's a first down and more.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
On the direct snap, it's Abraham. He'll pull it down. Headed to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Purple Pirates.
Well, I know a big question coming into this one was how locked in was this offense going to be early? We've seen offenses throughout the season struggle with rhythm and execution early in games. Not a problem for this offense here. In this game, in this environment, all 11 guys locked in. Great job running, throwing, execution was beautiful, and they're able to cap off the opening drive of the game with a nice run to get on the board for a touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
They'll go right back to him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Makes the catch. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away.
Really impressed with how this team has seized momentum here, playing on the road in this hostile environment. Their offense gets it first. They march down the field. They put up some points. And here's the defense now on their first drive, getting a critical sack on third down.
Field position to start this drive from their own 33. Here comes the option. They go to the ground. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Back to pass, it's Jamison. Looking to scramble. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Gets it out quickly. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Well, the offense is taking a chance here, staying on the field inside its own 4. He wants to take the top off. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the Hawkeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. It'll be a run on third and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. You got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, East Carolina.
We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. To the air, it's Jamison. That's reeled in. It's Abraham. Still running at the 40. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. That's the end of the period, and East Carolina has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking for space. It's Abraham. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Let's talk for a second about East Carolina. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough. So, got to continue to play well within the conference.
These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on third down. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield.
Breaks into the open. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Pirates.
That was a great example of a running back toting the rock with conviction. There's not a lot of time to hesitate. If you see a split second, you see a hole, you've got to hit it right now. Nice job by the RB there.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Mississippi State endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Stark Vegas. And the Bulldogs came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a... point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The short hands, it's Lugo. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
The play action fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Hawkeyes with the 1st and 10. Missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On the move, it's Tyree. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Zips it out to his man.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Looking to pass, it's Jamison. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time.
And into the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling past and then kind of dodging the...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, ECU. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Leaves it with the running back. Got the first down and still on his feet. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it.
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Pirates will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Iowa has the ball back on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it on the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. It's not the first time they've seen that.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And this is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense
catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. All the way out across the 45-yard line, marking out of bounds at the 46. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the bat.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down on this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Buying some time. Throwing on the run. Makes the grab inside the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. From from the gun. They'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. This offense in dire need of a touchdown. Is 3rd and goal, but this is probably 4-down territory. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
Trying to find the end zone. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
He's out of bounds at the 12, and now this offense has a little room to work. They'll put it in play from their own 12-yard line. 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As
turning it on. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
And the Pirates are moving quickly down the field. To throw, it's Jamison. Looking down the middle. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Hawkeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. And he tried to balloon that one in on the sideline, but it's incomplete. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds. Ball marked at the 26. It's first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Tyree. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Gets it to him on the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th, looking for the end zone. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Pulls it in down the sideline. There he goes. He's at the 20. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Dropping back, it's Jamison. He wants it all. Touchdown, East Carolina. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it 28-0.
East Carolina, 28, Iowa, 0.
They'll take the return and try to improve the field position. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Here's a heat. Quarterback moving. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Wide open downfield. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Looking to throw, it's Jamison. That's caught. It's Abraham. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Release to the back. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. He completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you gotta have it. You gotta be on the same page, and they were there.
Oh, he's got some space. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Clock stopped. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
You can score on these guys.
Off the RPO, complete. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Caught in the backfield, it's Ben. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking downfield, it's Jamison. Back swinging for the goal line. And the defense in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Third and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. Wants to throw again. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Carolina 35, Iowa 0.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he's not going to take the touchback. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Hawkeyes will take over 1st and 10.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Going right to work up top. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give us up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. On the run, still looking. Complete downfield. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations.